shit. What's good? What's up, bro? These two were born. Yeah, Prince, why you ain't just come up just a minute ago? Back in this bitch, like I never left. Feel me?
Yeah, Prince, how come you didn't go on stage when Jazzy called you today?
You know why Prince didn't come on stage?
I swear, Jazzy, I left my phone. I wasn't listening. What's up, Dumb?
Wow. It's okay. Go listen to the fucking replay, nigga.
Yeah, why did you let your Muslim friends call it the N-word? Shut the fuck up, Beaner.
That is what I said. I said it was a bunch of hungry Muslims in the room calling me nigger because you can't eat no food.
See, doesn't mean you can't scream.
By the way, the guy who called you deaf is blacker than me.
I don't give a fuck if he blacker than me.
Oh, shut your fucking mouth.
Not an American. They never call Africans niggers. That is something carved out for black Americans.
Yeah. Stop sucking the mic. I don't give a shit.
I'm not sucking no mic, bitch. You don't have a projected voice. It's not my fault you got weak-ass Caucasian fucking throat pipes. I got this real nigga throat pipe, Prince.
He's also 5'2".
I got a real throat, nigga, and you got a fake throat. Ryan, why your gay ass ain't show up, you butt fucking booty munching ass
faggot? You little slut, shut your fucking mouth, you little slut.
Why you didn't show up?
Fuck you, Jazzy. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You was
gonna be there at 10 o'clock.
Shut your mouth. 10 o'clock my ass, you fucking bitch.
Man, aren't you in Ramadan, you cocksucker?
Yeah, fuck you. It is Ramadan. Shut up, leave me.
Yeah, I said all you Muslims are fake as fuck.
Yeah, where's Muhammad? Where's Muhammad? That's what you just said.
She might be fake, but she ain't never told me that she was trying to be better during the fasting period. Okay, that's what you all said. Oh, we're not allowed to fuck. We're not allowed to fuck. We're not allowed to suck. We're not allowed to yell. We're not allowed to do anything during Ramadan.
Well, that's not a problem for Prince.
Ryan.
What?
Where were you?
I was in the audience.
No, you weren't.
Okay, so what you were? You had that lady up there talking.
I don't get it. You open the room about fucking Brad, and Brad is sitting here, and then you're complaining about everybody else. What the fuck do you want?
The room was not
It was more about Diego than it was about Brad.
It was a recap of the week. So what I did,
it was about you too, Prince.
Is I just observe what goes on, and I talk about what I want to talk about. And I wasn't going to keep doing it until it started pissing motherfuckers off. So now I'm doing it because it pisses people off.
Oh, people are so pissed. You have no idea.
You have no idea.
Okay, so who are you fighting?
I'm not fighting nobody. I'm fighting all y'all. You know what, bitch? Go eat a piece of crumbs off the floor.
I can't.
Even eat. Exactly. Hungry ass nigga.
I guarantee you, Prince was done. Nigga.
I just had a croissant.
Okay, good for you, Jazzy. You're fat.
Yeah, and you're a motherfucking creatine eating, fucking protein pumping bitch. We already know that about you.
I'll feed you, Prince. Fuck up, faggot.
Yeah. So I'll make you a salad or
You like that, Jazzy? Jazzy, baby. Anybody allowed to feed me in this room is Jazzy. Well,
You gonna let a gay man fix things up?
well, I'd like to leave Prince as a thing for, transgender people. Yeah, Jazzy is a trans.
Oh, that's cute. Ryan isn't a trans.
I don't know what you talking
Yo, is this Dawn?
let me see.
Yeah, I don't agree with it.
Yo,
Those
Dawn,
motherfuckers calling Jazzy out by the N-word.
Right.
Huh?
You just
I don't like that, Prince.
You don't like me?
I like you, but I don't like your fucked up friends.
That's fine. You shouldn't like them. I don't like them either. It's alright.
Yeah.
First you do, and you let them call me a nigga, and then
Oh
you
my
let
God,
them-
Jazzy, stop quiet to me. Then
No,
you
fuck
let them
you.
call me.
You let them move me to the audience. You let them move me to the audience, and then they said it's Ramadan after they call me a fucking nigga. Are you stupid?
How dare you, Prince? How dare you?
Yeah, y'all gonna learn about hanging out with these Jews.
Yo, Prince, was that a Saudi room?
Hey, shut up. Didn't you hear me talking?
No, I didn't hear
I
you
don't care
talking.
who the fuck you is, bro. Chill the fuck out.
Fuck up,
Like,
bitch.
come on, bro. Like, chill the fuck out. You don't get a chance. You don't get a chance.
Go ahead,
Right.
bro. Go tell us something
Go.
you probably said until us in fucking 10,000 fucking times.
No, you mad.
Go right ahead,
you
bro.
mad. You been watching me? You been
Yeah,
watching me?
you've been
You
watching.
been watching me? You've been watching me. I've been watching me. What's wrong with you, boy? You so stupid now. Anyway, I don't even know who you is. Dad don't know you. Anyway,
He's Dominican.
it don't matter. It don't matter what he is. He a bitch. Anyway, look. So y'all gonna learn about hanging out with these Jews and these Muslims that's from other countries and on this app because they don't move like the ones from the U.S. and shit like that.
Yeah,
So we
that's a
shouldn't be
good point. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good point.
we shouldn't be expecting them to accept, white, black, anything American or anything for that matter. Fuck it. We could
Yeah,
just
because he
go
tried
out
to
and
tell me that the guy that called me a nigga was from Sudan. Like, I give a fuck. Nigga is not one of us.
He's not one of us. I don't care if he's from Sudan, Libya. He could be from the heart of Africa, the motherfucking Congo, nigga. Motherfucker say nigga the wrong way. I'm on it. I'm fucking African for years on this app. I'm a nigga from New York, and every black nigga can't say nigga. Some of you country niggas said I might break your tooth too. Whoa. Nah, I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga.
Down south nigga, do you bitch?
I don't hang one of them down south niggas. They love the white colonizers. Them down south niggas love their colonizers. I don't hang one of you black niggas in the south. I don't hang one of them fake black niggas in the south. They love the white colonizers. This nigga.
Man, niggas in New York live in high-rise, rat-infested apartments, bitch. We don't give a fuck. You over there get your phones bit up while you sleep at night, bitch. Getting your fucking feet nibbled on by the motherfucking rat. Fuck you. You a fake-ass black nigga. We live in houses down south, bitch. We got front and backyards and a mailbox that is separate from everyone else's. You cocksucking apartment-dwelling nigga bitch.
He's not black. You dirty black monkey bitch. You sucked your father's dick. You was crawling in them yards putting the cornfield, you dirty black bitch. You was sucking the colonizer's dick, you dirty white black bitch. You uneducated. We love our white people. Look at how we're going to talk about our white people.
Nah, he's a fucking Puerto Rican.
Now you want to throw me down, you dirty black monkey bitch. Take your own medicine, you whore. You was sucking the white man's dick, you dirty bitch.
That wasn't even me that threw you down. That was
I'm fucking crying, bro. Let her back up. Bring him up.
I'm gonna put you down, and I'm gonna bring him up. Yeah, so you stay down there, Prince.
You was loving them cornfields, you dirty black bitch. You love the white man, bitch. You wipe their ass with your tongue, you dirty fucking prostitute black monkey. You spear chucking dirty bitch. You don't like Africans, they're better than you. They're more educated than you. Africans are smarter than you black fucking American monkeys. They work harder. They smell better. You just mad because you like fucking a bunch of men, you whore. That's why you're a typical white black American whore. You dirty black bitch. Al, you fuck white man, Al. You fucking a white man, you dirty black monkey. You like the white dick in your ass. You fucking dick sucker. You mad because Africans are better than you. Africans are better than you. Africans are more intelligent. They're smarter. You just mad because your girl likes that big African dick. Your girl likes that big African dick. That's why, right? One second. My New York.
I'm in New York right now.
And analogy, that's what's actually trapping them. The definition of analogy.
I understand what you're saying. Like, let me ask you. So you think
that's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't think this is right. But are you saying that the way that Sam is thinking about analogy in English is different than the way that a different language might describe analogy?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think it's just culture. I think it's just the cultural differences, right? The kinds of the ways that for example, right, there are certain cultures that don't have words for like red, right? But they clearly see red the way that we see, right? But that's a cultural difference. That's not an essential difference in human brain activity.
Yeah, I'm not sort of curiosity.
It's obviously not like the linguistic tokens that are holding him back.
Why not?
Oh my god. I don't know, I'm cooking, but it's like, if you want to say he's like front-loading his conceptual understanding by the stuff he has in the background, yeah, obviously. Like he can't, it's difficult to break out of the mold of the stuff that is downstream from whatever you're trying to think about, like the collective aggregate knowledge and influences you've had. But it's not going to be the linguistic tokens. It's not going to be like, oh my god, the English definition of the word analogy is holding me back conceptually.
Why do you say not?
Oh, how are they even related?
When he expresses ideas, it's using linguistic tokens.
Oh my god.
No, but I can learn concepts from other languages and sort of understand the distinctions they're making, and that's not like a new process for me. Because I'll always use like feature detection, analogy, abstraction to like integrate those new concepts into my concepts. Like I'm always just gonna like, I don't know. There's words in Hebrew that like distinguish between like a water-dwelling thing and a land-dwelling thing. Okay, and I can then say, oh, okay, well, it has the property, it has the feature of a thing. It lives in water, and like I can like sort of describe it using my conceptual framework. I absorb it. You know, I don't. It's not like I'm like, oh, a totally new thing that I don't use a totally new method for. Yeah.
Yo, Sully, there.
I will be in a minute. I will be in. Sorry.
Hey, did you hear any of this conversation?
No, I just came in to talk to Sully. You can get to
what do you think about this idea? So, I feel like a little bit trapped in a prison of thought, and here's the prison. I have certain innate concepts like object, cause, number, whatever that I'm sort of born with probably.
Yeah, like primitives, yeah.
Yeah, and then I have feature detection, where I can detect things in the world. And then once I detect features in the world, I can abstract away them such that I can like delete some features. Like I take a tennis ball and then I have the concept ball. Or I have like and then what I can do is once I have these abstractions, I can make analogies between different abstractions to make new concepts. And then another thing I can do is recombine features with each other, kind of random. Like I can say like, oh, it's like a clock on top of a centaur with wings that has a trunk and I can just sort of recombine features at random. So there's like innate concepts, feature detection, abstraction, analogy, and fantasy. And that sort of like limits what I can think. And then I just like can't get out of that. There's like, I can't just think a thought that's like totally de novo that isn't from this process. Or I just like wouldn't understand it. It just like wouldn't be meaningful to me.
But isn't that like what Buddhists try to do when they meditate or something? It's like think an empty thought.
Maybe. I mean, I think that you could have new experiences that are totally novel, but that's again just feature detection. You're just detecting a feature of qualia. It's not like you're actually having like a totally new way of getting thought.
What are you tracking though? That like to think you have to have like you have to think about something in the world or an extension in the world or something?
You have to either take an innate concept you have, or you have to take a feature in the world.
Right.
And you have to abstract them, analogize them, recombine them at random, and that's like you can't like get out of this.
And
like,
you would say like even fictions are like recombinations of at least some of these type of objects or externalities in the world, right?
Exactly.
Like in some way, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems fine to me.
Yeah, but I mean, it is interesting. Like, I mean, because it's really hard to be like, okay, I want to totally get out of the system and just have like a totally new.
Well, you can.
Well, how? I mean, how?
Well, I said you can, like, because I thought about that when I was a kid. It was like it would have to be pure experience that isn't
Doing good.
categorized or differentiated from others, right? It would just be, you would just be an object of experience or something, unrestrained. At least in my opinion, and that's what I think people conceive of God to be in some way, right? Because at least some theories do, but I don't think we can obtain that by it because like we're subjective agents. So,
Well, I was thinking that if we have a totally new experience, that's more feature detection. So, like, if I take a new drug and it gives me, like, when I took ketamine for the first time, I noticed that there was an axis of experience that I wasn't even aware was one of the axes of experience. But then what I'm doing there is just noticing features.
You're detecting a new feature, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that I'm not.
That's the same way with acid. When I do acid, right? It's like I'm aware.
Yeah, man.
Oh, thanks. But can we remove this guy's room?
No, leave Sean alone. No.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being too like pessimistic. That like with all of these like different algorithms, you can get like basically you can have basically infinite numbers of thoughts because of like recursion and stuff like that.
Yeah, but does that like necessitate like you having a novel thought in regards to like experience or something? And maybe I don't know.
I guess I just can't get like I can get a totally novel experience or a totally novel feature, but I don't think I can get like a totally novel concept without seeing a new feature. Like if I had not taken the ketamine for the first time, I couldn't have known that there was this ketamine axis.
You know, like you can't just generate some of that stuff out of pure isolation.
Yeah,
I think we're in agreement there. Like that's why I'm motivated to like perceive as many things as possible, right, and see as many novel things because I think it makes me a better reasoner in some fashion, right? You know, but like. I mean, like, I'd imagine other people disagree. Like, that's probably why people believe in, like, pure consciousness or something. Like, so that's why I think you have weird theories about God that try to, like, limit him as this unlimited potentia that is only novel features or something. You know?
Yeah. David Hume thought that, like, if you had a range of shades of blue and you took a tiny sliver of that away, that you could imagine what the shade of blue was in between them, such that you could sort of come up with a new, so that you could like sort of predict what the feature is that you haven't seen before, just by the comparisons to the other ones. When it comes to like the ketamine axis, like when I took ketamine for the first time, I'm not sure if in principle I could have predicted that was a sort of axis of experience that was possible. I think I had to take the ketamine to know that was like a way that
I think we can both agree that you wouldn't have been to predict that even in isolation. You had to experience some of your own like features, right? And the way how you respond and like stuff like that. Like you'd have to posit that stuff to even like think about that a priori, right? You have to experience how you know, like it's not going to be in pure isolation. But I see what you're saying because like when I did EMT, I saw like a dragon, like it was like a snake lady appear out of nowhere out of a woman, and like. I recognize like the symbolic nature of that woman being like a part of like sexual predatory, like, you know, like sexual aggression or something. You know, like, and it was completely novel. I could have never thought of that image. I could have thought of like the idea behind it, but the kind of sensorial experience of that thing was like completely novel, you know? Like, yeah. I saw.
Well, it sounds like what you're talking about is like a woman and who's like coming out of a snake that's coming out of a woman in a very weird shape. Like, that seems like a thing that we could.
It was like morphed into like a goddess or something in front of my eyes. Like something completely like Petersonian, right? You know.
It's the universe.
Well, what I'm saying is that I cannot use language right now, AWOP, to tell you what the axis of the ketamine axis is. Whereas right now you were able to tell me this dragon goddess woman. Like,
I don't imagine like ketamine's different because like I heard it's like disassociative, so it's not like it's not like this kind of conscious like sensory, like it's not like vision like where you have with acid or DMT, right? Where you see the symbolic stuff, right?
Yeah. I
guess what I'm trying to get at is like.
Did you like the ketamine experience? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Women that have done it, they seem to be very. They seem to be hit or miss in terms of like what I regard their competency to be. So it makes me very suspect of like, how well I can handle the drug myself.
Yeah, I mean,
I think people get addicted to it very easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You should try it just for the novelty of it. But like I don't know, I'm seeing this as like sort of like okay, the only way to get true in the real sense is just novel experience rather than through like the other things.
Yeah, I would agree.
I just like I'm not gonna get the ketamine experience from abstraction, analogy, and recombination. I have to just like experience that,
It's a perceptual feature, clearly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's where you and me both agree on our views on life. Like I think we see the world in a very similar way in that way, right?
But I do think it's like a little bit worrisome that you have perceptual features, then you have abstraction, analogy, fantasy, and then I'm gonna have recursion, I guess. That's just maybe recursion.
Yeah, recursion would be like introverted logic, I think, like in the kind of like psychology like I'm familiar with, right? It's like okay, it's like imagine like you have perceptual access. It's like you have sensation and intuition, and those things perceive and create patterns off of objects. Primarily, the pattern stuff is like
Zach, don't get confused.
Right?
This is low IQ dumb people talking about nothing still. Don't get confused. Don't let these faggots confuse you. It's still low IQ dumb shit.
The TI stuff
They're
is
wasting
like
time.
Who,
Hey, Dr. Muhammad.
personally thinking about propositions and I think people like Sully, stuff like that,
Ooh, Rush. You hear that? You're like hot, bro.
So wait, I got a question. So if you smoke weed, drink wine, drink coffee, and read a book, let's say, some type of sacred text, I mean, how much more do you think ketamine can really do for the brain? I mean, compared to, let's say cannabis and wine together.
So you're saying we should read the Bible while drunk on marijuana and ketamine?
Maybe coffee too. No, I'm saying the ketamine may be excessive or unnecessary to produce the same type of like brainwave state.
No, it's gonna be
opium.
It's gonna be a totally novel. It's because it's a different compound.
You're right there, big said. I think we should just be smoking opium all day. That's like the actual solution.
The Asians.
What do you think about that, Sam? It's like the way I see it is like in you as an agent, like the way you value information is like a constraint, right? Like you have these types of preferences that give you the focus on one form of the information we talk about over the other, right? Like some people are going to focus on like having novel experiences in a way that makes them like, kind of like irrational about certain introverted processes, because they're so focused on the novelty. And that's how you get like the kind of dynamic of personality in a way that I think explains like why people engage in the behaviors we're talking about in specific ways over others,
Yeah. So, okay, I'm imagining there's like two things here. There's like the map of all of possible quality of space and the map of all possible concept space. Imagine those two different maps. Now, I don't think that I can get into different parts of quality of space without like certain drugs and stuff like that. Like I can't like, and in certain qualia will just be in principle. My brain is just incapable of having those.
Oh, go ahead, Doctor, my friend.
Just cannot have those experiences.
In the perennial flux of existential becoming, the ontic substratum of being oscillates betwixt the aporetic liminality of Dasein and the theological apotheosis of noetic transcendence. The hermeneutic cycle, ever spiraling through the epistemic abyss, unveils a dialectical synthesis of phenomenological intentionality and the noumenal veil, obfuscating the quiddity of self in its perennial autopoiesis. Thus, the eschatological horizon recedes ad infinitum, a simulacrum of meaning deferred in the eternal recurrence of difference. Thank you, I'm complete. Please return to the intelligent room.
Eschatologically, or are you talking metaphorically?
Metaphysically.
The game continues.
Within the interstitial lacunae of ontological interdeterminacy, the aleatory vicissitudes of being qua being refract through the prismatic lens of apophatic negation, sublating the quotidian banality of mere subsistence into the sublime aporia of radical alterity. The chiasmic interplay of immanence and transcendence mediated by the specular gaze of self-reflexive consciousness begets an eidetic mirage, a palimpsest of traces effaced by the inexorable telos of entropic dissipation. Hence, the rhizomatic multiplicity of the real evanesces into the penumbra of an untotalizable abyss. Anyway, that's what them niggas sound like to me when they talk and they shit.
Yeah, I like Sam, but I feel like he is just learning English or something, and they're like not talking about anything.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I have an undergrad.
You went to when? But you're a little older. What are you? 40 something?
2, yeah.
45? 44?
42.
42. No offense. 42. Oh, so you're only a little bit older than me. I forget. Sometimes I think you're like a good 10 years older than me, just because you're so wise. But the fuck was I gonna say? Basically, that's what they teach you in college, just to talk like a pretentious douchebag.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get taught that in college. I went to a very unique college. I didn't go to like your typical college. I went to a military academy, so.
Oh, well, there you go. You didn't go to like a liberal arts bullshit like me.
No, I was shooting rifles and preparing to destroy Islamic terrorists. That was my undergrad.
That was your college. I see. Well, so you did, yeah, you went to college, but you went to a right conservative. Your college was not polluted by the woke bullshit that Sam and my colleges were polluted with. I mean, Sam sounds exactly like every fucking kid. He sounds like just your typical, you know, Kevin is like that too. Kevin is smarter, I think. I like Sam too. I like Kevin a lot. Kevin slash Evan.
Can I ask you guys a question? One question.
Yes, you can ask a question, Governor.
All right, cool. Anyway, here's name one warrior America won.
Name a warrior, a war that America won, or name a warrior that America won?
No. A war.
Name a war that America won.
World War II.
Yeah, think about it.
World War I. Vietnam, Korea, Civil War, Revolutionary War. When does it stop? All we do is win when we war. War! Let me show you another example of war.
American citizens they need to be studied, bro.
Dr. Amos is here. Dr. Amos of the Coexistence Tribe. Welcome, Dr. Amos. Wait.
Yeah, come up, Dr. Amos.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Adam, I was just Googling all the wars that USA has won.
No, I don't want to entertain him. I don't want to bring him back up.
Why?
Because he's just wasting our time.
Okay, yeah.
The War of Independence, the War of 1812, Mexican-American War, the Civil War, the Indian War, Spanish-American War, and along with its allies, both World War I and World War II. The Korean War is considered a stalemate, and the Vietnam War is probably a failure, but it's very hard to defeat communism because it's a retarded philosophy. It's an evil mind virus that sucks the soul from a human being.
Wait, oh, Dr. Amos left. Fuck.
Sorry. I take full responsibility for that. And now Adam left too, so now it's a major fail.
Fucking just dopamine addicts. Here for the dope. They dope up in these rooms. These are dope rooms.
You missed Dr. Jazzy's recap, although the replays were on, but you weren't able to record it when she said, I am a retard, talking about herself. And she said, treat me accordingly. I thought that would have been a funny clip.
Yeah, she loves outing Diego and his problems. It really is Lashon Hara. You know, I did read once that it's worse to listen to Lashon Hara than it is to say Lashon Hara. And what I think that means is guard your ears, even more than you guard your mouth.
But sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just excited to tell you that speaking of Lashon Hara, I did listen to much of your conversation with your former colleague there yesterday.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I was just enjoying listening to that. I don't know if you saw my comments or whatever. You ended the room right away. I mean, I listened to the end, and you were like, I'm going to go write the letter. And so did you write the letter, first of all?
I did. I wrote it. I sent it to the union. Yeah.
Good. Amazing. Mazel tov. And what was the other thing I was going to say? That you guys were talking shit about that guy, Adam, and I was listening to it the whole time and and this was it. One thing that I thought that you said that was really nice was when you said that the ultimate goal of life is to try to be a good person to everybody, and that even though you're a colossal failure in many ways, you're closer to that end, certainly, than the guy Adam. And I thought that was a really nice thing. That was a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah, it's like he's just such a prick. It's like I could be cool with anybody. If I can smoke a peace pipe with somebody, like I don't care what the differences are. That's the thing about cannabis is it's like the peace pipe. I mean, if you were a white guy in Native American territory and you hated these people and they wanted to kill you and you wanted to kill them, but then you smoked the peace pipe and you ate their food, you'd be like, you know what? Maybe killing you and fighting you to the death is not, the best idea. Maybe it took like a chemical substance and some communication to get, the genie or the demon out of my system. Like, why are we fighting each other instead of, loving each other and having fun? And that this guy is just like the ultimate chameleon, and like the other guy said, he's just a narcissist. But you hear that thrown around so much, I think it's like meaningless. The thing is, it's Machiavellian or Nietzschean. Like it is will to power, and then consolidation of power or manipulation to maintain your footing. Like I'm not saying that the guy is a devil. He's just another guy who happens to not have wisdom. Like he doesn't. That's the big thing about wisdom is it makes things work because it creates peace. And this guy does not create peace. All he does is write you up and cause conflicts to assert his dominance and authority. And it's like, this isn't high school. Like we're grown adults and we're supposed to be patriotic. And like what you're doing is anti-American. You're actually causing more problems than you're fixing. And that's the thing about C.G. Jung, because they kind of had an intervention for him. And for everybody, because like the workspace had become so incredibly toxic, that they were literally teaching us C.G. Jung, and I was like, and I literally reached into my backpack. I was like, you have the name spelled wrong. She's like, no, that's how you spell Jung. I was like, no, it's Jung, and I have the book right here. You want to see the book? It's like a lot of people just don't read these types of books, and thus they're just chronically road raging and angry all the time. Because
What if I call him Jung? Are you gonna judge me if I call him Carl Jung?
I don't care what you call him. I'm just saying, like, some people read books and actually know some things. And it's not like I can quote you what I know, but that's why you read. You integrate that shit into your consciousness. Not that shit, but you integrate that intelligence or information into your consciousness, and it's transformational. It's transmutation. It is literally changing your personality. Like, to me, Danny, you're a comedian. I don't think you even know you're a comedian. I think, like, look at your PTR. Look at what you just said. Like, if you wanted to be more of a woman, more professional, or be more intelligent, like, I would encourage you to come on this app and read a book for 10 minutes, as opposed to having hours and days and weeks and months of useless conversations. Yeah, it's called reading a book.
Pay me to be a guest on your show and read books?
I mean, I'll give you $1 like the Rebbe, but I won't give you $10, you know? I mean, prove to me or just show me, and I'll send you $1 on Cash App. But, like, read something good, you know?
But do you think that, like, your viewers would pay to hear me read to them?
Yes.
My viewers, I have no viewers. You'd be better off starting your own YouTube account.
You need some.
She's doing something. Anyways, that's what I'm saying is that territory manager has. I mean, he has never expressed any intelligence or wisdom to me ever. And you know, everybody suffers under him because he brings no joy. He just brings conflict and domination to protect his own insecurity. And you know, that's it. That's life. But you encounter that all the time. Sometimes you're blessed with a very wise leader. Sometimes you are not. You can always tell the difference.
Another thing I was thinking of while I was listening to you guys was, have you ever read East of Eden, John Steinbeck?
No. But
That's a good one.
He did Paradise Lost, right?
I think so. He did the only one, John Steinbeck. He did The Grapes of Wrath.
Oh.
I guess Paradise Lost. I never read that one.
No, I don't think that's John Steinbeck. Didn't he? Anyways, yeah.
Steinbeck didn't do The Grapes of Wrath. Is that wrong?
I don't think so. Didn't he do? Anyways, America has its own huge legacy. Like the
Grapes of Wrath, John Steinbeck.
Yeah.
Paradise Lost, an epic poem by John Milton.
Milton, yeah.
Right, John Steinbeck, John Milton. Anyway, East of Eden is a retelling of the Bible, similar to Damien, which is another one of my favorite books. And get it, East of Eden, and it's about the brothers. I think one of them is called Adam. I think it's like Adam and Cal, not Cain.
Yo, Chris is here. Chris played this thing last night, but unfortunately it triggers YouTube copyright. So I couldn't capture it all, but it's basically Oedipus dehypnosis, which is, you know, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around that, but very interesting audiobook, like using all kinds of terminology. Honestly, I didn't really like it that much because it constantly uses the word schizo and schizophrenic. And I'm thinking, like, what's the point of listening to it? You know, I'm trying to program myself here. I don't want to constantly listen to an audiobook calling me a schizophrenic. You know, it's like, be careful what you listen to.
My mother often said that I was going to end up homeless, and then I have some fear that maybe it's going to come true.
Well, Larry David said the same thing. He worked at Saturday Night Live as a writer, and he would say as he's walking to work, he'd see a homeless guy like underneath a little overhang. He'd be like, that's a good spot for me if I end up homeless. You know, he's like started finding all these locations where he could live if he went bust. And so he got really angry at a meeting at Saturday Night Live, and he said, "That's it. I quit. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm leaving. I quit." And he walked out, and then he went home. He's like, "What the fuck did I just do?" And then he's like, "Fuck it. The next day I'll just show up and pretend it never happened." And he went right back to work the next day. And everybody's like, you know, nobody gave a fuck. Nobody even remembered what he said.
That was in Seinfeld. Did you see that Seinfeld?
Yeah. Yep.
That occurrence, yeah.
Yeah. Larry David is so interesting. Like his life, you know, how because Curb Your Enthusiasm was like a big risk because he left Seinfeld. He just left it. Like, I don't know how many years into it, but he just left it, abandoned it.
I think season 7 out of 9. The last 2 seasons were without Larry.
But he moved to LA, and then he did the pilot for Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is funny because it's just like Seinfeld continued, but from a different perspective, as opposed to being, you know, like an audience perspective on a stage with scenes and all that. Like, it's just ad-libbing. It's so much easier. Like, Curb Your Enthusiasm is such an easier show to produce, but it's still the same comedy, essentially, which is that observational comedy. Like, like, hello, special human. you know? But there's also this like incredible charm and beauty of Beverly Hills and, you know, going to the country club and being Jewish and funny and I don't know. To me I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've been watching it like my whole life. Ever since college, really.
It's classic. It's real life. I had a Curb Your Enthusiasm. I had some people who complained about me in the restaurant who they would have been perfect. That would have been a good Curb episode.
A customer
Danny,
complained
I was gonna
about
ask
you?
Do you need money, Danny? Because I can send you some money if you need.
Sorry, that was the doctor that called. They were gonna do an endoscopy yesterday, but my heart was like all over the place, and the anesthesiologist was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this here," and I'm like, "Okay." But yeah, so no one believed that I could touch my tongue to my nose, so I had to take this picture.
Really? You can't do the nose touch?
No, I can. Like, I could, like, put my tongue in my nose, like, in my nostril.
Oh, nice. You're one of those gifted people.
Yeah, twice exceptional because I'm still retarded.
Oh my God! Look at this room. Coexistence. Prince is a murderer.
Coexistence. You know, I miss the reverse of this last night. My only Palestinian friend from Gaza, Jamal, he come and speak in my room. Jamal or Jindib? Jamal. No, Jindib is not the soft specialist. No. I'm talking about the Palestinians that right now in Gaza. You don't have internet, you don't have electricity, no food, no water. The time is very difficult for them. And he come here, and my conversation, I shut the mouth for all the room. I have 20, 30 people in the room, I don't remember. It was quite big room. I tell everybody on mute now, only Jamal is speaking. And he speaks freely about his feeling, what he's doing, and they are suffering, and the war, and everything. That they what did the Sharmuta Prince do? So Prince recorded. Prince recorded, and he said, I sent it to the Hamas now. He did that?
So wait, Dr. Amos, are you predicting that Prince is going to become a murderer and a terrorist, or are you saying he's already a murderer and a terrorist?
In the room, it doesn't matter if he's Israeli and Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, Japanese, Chinese. Everyone condemned Prince about what he did. So nasty, awful. But you're chicken. You're afraid from Prince.
You know, if you have to judge a person by what he says on this app, you know, and Prince is the perfect example of a terrorist and a murderer and a scumbag and a loser, a low IQ loser.
Who are you, Tarot cards? Who are you?
Ribono Shaloiloim, I'm the guy here to roast these terrorist, communist, Muslim terrorists.
But who are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Uranus, and I am from also from the planet Venus.
Wait, you came out of your mom's asshole?
No, Uranus.
Oh, who's your? You came out of a woman, right? Oh.
You're a Muslim, right, Dr. Ludwig?
I'm your daddy.
You're my daddy. You look like a spermatozoa that just came out of an ejaculate.
Be careful, you get another brother if you don't watch your words.
Did you ever see the sun, or are you just a night walker?
Well, I spend a lot of
If you actually see the sun, will you burst into flames?
As long as your mom is not leaving the bedroom, I'm not going to see the sun. Like she has some sort of weird addiction for sausages.
My mom, oh, if you ever met my mom, she would eat you by lunchtime.
Well, she's eating something else. Breakfast,
If she shat you out, it would be like cream paste coming out of a booty hole.
I don't know, man. Side effects of the vaccines. What do you want me to say?
I bet you're double boosted. Anyways, I'm just teasing, but yeah, I agree. I think Prince is either going to be a murderer or he already is a murderer. And I think Ludwig is just low IQ. Ludwig, tell us your favorite book and the last book you actually read.
My favorite book?
Yeah, what's your favorite book?
Your Mom and Me with the Lights Off.
Interesting. Well, coexistence is impossible, Dr. Amos. I'm telling you, it's impossible.
Coexistence is very easy. Just go to Poland. Poland, you got.
Wait a minute. What does that even mean? Coexistence is easy. Go to Poland.
Yeah.
So we can coexist on the planet.
The world that can be better, and it's impossible. But I would still try with a lot of.
Amos, give me more. Amos, give me more. You have a room in my name. Give me more.
Don't give him mod. He'll murder the room, Dr. Amos.
Make him a
I know that they kick you in the ass and you fall down to the sea. I do it now.
Habibti, make him
In the sea.
Habibi, look at those party hats. Prince, how many party hats are you going to collect in your life? How many times are you going to keep coming back here and making terroristic threats?
4 phones and 100 accounts. Like, shut the hell up.
I mean, you have had more party hats than I've had. It's impressive. What is it that you're saying that causes your accounts to be deleted and terminated by moderation over and over and over again?
I'm famous.
You're famous in your own little fucked up world of nothingness. You're a nothing burger.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
You're famous.
Bald-headed, white cracker, no future, no family, no history, no lineage, no family tree, no civilization, no shit. You live in a shitty fucking small apartment in New York City, and that's about it, you fucking idiot.
It sounds to me like you might be projecting from, I don't know, the Netherlands or Denmark or England.
Show us your apartment, asshole. We've seen it on Instagram.
Okay, I'll post the link in the chat. Yeah, I'll post the link in the chat.
Poor as fuck. You're poor as fuck.
You're projecting, Dr. Prince. My net worth is probably 100 times that of yours.
You're a failed Jew. You're a failed Yehudi. How are you Jewish?
I'm not Jewish, Dr. Prince. My mom isn't Jewish. I'm a patrilineal Jew, and I'm not a failure. I own a beautiful house. I've got plenty of money.
Are you a practicing Jew?
I'm a patrilineal Jew. I'm not Jewish, Dr. Prince. You're getting so angry. You sound like a murderer. Are you a murderer?
Why do you pray like Jews?
Why do I pray like Jews?
Yeah, why?
You mean trying to communicate with God, with Hashem, the divine source of love?
Fucking idiot. So you are Jewish. You fucking faggot ass dick sucking motherfucker. Nice to each other.
Look at that beautiful party hat. You're gonna have to get another one, Dr. Prince. I just reported you. I just reported you!
Sucker is annoying. I don't give a shit. Record me.
I reported you. Your account's gonna get deleted in 10, not 11 minutes. 10, not 9 minutes.
Fine. Okay, look, we have Yoda, Ludwig, my friend down here, Nisser, and MZ in the audience.
See, you'll notice Ludwig doesn't have a party hat. You know why Ludwig doesn't have a party hat? Because he's not a piece of shit like you.
Everybody click on Tarot and report him. Let's all report Tarot at once. They said something wrong.
Mass report Dr. Prince. He's a terrorist and a murderer.
I don't think that they're reporting people based on, I don't think that they're deleting accounts based on mass reports anymore. I think that there's somebody listening to the recordings.
Why you are putting Prince as a murderer?
Have you listened to him? All he does is spew hate and terrorism and lies and treachery. He is a piece of shit.
Yoda, MZ, report this Jew.
I'm a patrilineal Jew, Dr. Prince. I'm not Jewish.
Report this faggot cracker.
An F word, C word, oy vey. Dr. Prince, what have you accomplished on this app? Nothing. You've wasted years of your life, dozens of accounts. You've accomplished nothing. You've never read a book. Supposedly you're in college and you lift weights, but I don't think you actually read anything. I think you're just a low IQ moron who talks about nothing and wastes all his time.
Why are you getting so triggered? Why are you getting so triggered?
October 7th. They're still processing.
Says the guy who's twice my age with no family and no money in the bank and no house of his own.
I got a house, I got money, I got family, I got ladies, I got a boat, I got the spring and the summer. What do you have, Dr. Prince? A party hat. A party hat.
We've seen your furniture. furniture. You're a poor.
We don't see. I'm not an Arab family. I don't collect amazingly expensive furniture with fancy living rooms. It's not how I do it. It's not my style for interior decorating. Listen, coexistence will only be possible when you actually start reading books and you gain a little wisdom. Then coexistence could be possible. But I don't think any of these Palestinian terrorists like words, books, or numbers.
You need to learn how to coexist in hell.
There you go. You're projecting hell. You live in a hell because you're a murderer and a terrorist. Wa alaikum assalam. I knew you were going to say that. All communication is hypnosis. All communication is hypnosis.
I can take my people and leave, and then you can sit alone with him, and he's cake and yell into your ear. Do you want that?
All communication is hypnosis. Do what Prince tells you to do. Do what Prince tells you to do.
Why all Jews keep crying?
Nobody's crying. We're here to prove that coexistence with these types of human beings who refuse to read books are full of shit.
You son of a...
Habibi, I love that PTR. Look at the pyramid. What do you think philosophically the pyramid represents? Tell us. Let's look at it from a coexistence perspective. Listen, they call me Mini El Normo. I'm El Normo the younger. I'm an updated version of El Normo. You're not going to win this debate. Let's take it point by point.
Sarah, hold on 1 second.
You hold on 1 second, sir. Let's take it point by point.
Can you bring Prince back?
No, let him put it in the chat. Prince needs to be on ice.
If you're gonna move Prince to the audience, Sarah, after you go, I want to say something.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you go, Lisa and Bart. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. It's Ariella. I just don't know what my name's not. Ariella? What did you say your name was? So check this out. I got 28 days. For what?
Till he gets out of the IDF, and then he's moving back to Brooklyn.
Until I go back to Until I go back to GD. And I can't wait. I can't wait. And the reason I can't wait is because I know these people don't want to coexist. So, how are they a reflection of the so-called Palestinian struggle?
They're not. This app is just a bunch of low IQ dumb people who spend all their time talking about nothing, wasting their time.
Sarah, hold on. I'm talking about the people in this room who identify themselves as Palestinians, if they know so fucking much. Explain Janine to me. Why do I have to go back there? Can anybody explain that?
You gotta go back to Detroit, I think. That's probably where you gotta go back, right?
Okay, so strike number one, you don't take it seriously. Can anybody in this room who's pro-Palestinian?
Nobody takes you serious. Why would I take you seriously? Why would I go back to Detroit about Palestine?
Why do you ever assume anybody took you seriously?
Yeah.
Strike
That's
number
one thing we don't do is ever
strike
take
number
our
two,
seriously.
which is you guys not
It was a
listening.
real
I said you don't take the situation seriously. So
Strike
you
number
try
two
to
was
October
October
the
the 7th.
October the 7th was strike number 2. Do you work in the ADF? IDF? Why am I having to go? Did Hamas cut your cousin legs? Red triangle, Habibti. Red triangles, man, I enjoy those videos. Congratulations. Did they cut your hand or something? Wait, what is the protocol in Israel? A iPhone when you lose one limb.
Oh, hi, Dr. Yoda. Welcome back to my other room, Wisdom Now. You're so smart, Dr. Yoda. The power of your force is so impressive. Big La, no Big La. I'm not bringing you up.
You don't have a penis now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to demonstrate that these immature, disgusting humans who spend all their time on this pathetic app think they're cool, think they're funny, think they're accomplishing something with their lives. But I assure you, they have no undergrad, no graduate degree, no job, no career, no wife, nothing. This is their life. And they're here 80 hours a week. 80 hours a week wasting their lives, and they're here to waste your life too. That's how this app works.
4 wives. 4 wives, yeah, This is why I can't wait to go back and punish these motherfuckers. I can't wait. Can't wait.
No, you don't need to punish people in the real world. You just need to continue to humiliate the losers on this app who roast themselves day after day, wasting all their time talking about nothing.
Ludwig. Yeah. وعايز يبلغ عليكم
Habibi, أنا بعرف شوي عربي. I know what you're saying. Take that pyramid and shove it up your ass.
Always that gay stuff. Always asshole.
Ludwig, you're always projecting the gay stuff, not me.
Bro, I said kusommak. Your mom's vagina. That's not.
Shukran, Habibi. Shukran, Habibi.
Don't be gay, bro. So can anybody answer the question or no? Wait, يا ابن المتناكب. هو ده عايز يروح يبلغ عليكم?
Answer the question. They don't even remember what the hell you asked.
Yeah, they don't. That's what's sad about it. This is the face of the so-called resistance. What's the question, ya ابن? What's the question? The question was, why do I have to go back to Janine? Why? Go back to what? Janine. Do you know where that is? Janine, yeah, I know. Okay, why do I have to go back there? I don't fucking know you, and I don't fucking know your fucking whole story, يا ابن المتناكة. Why are you fucking annoying us, يا ابن الشرموطة? We don't one gives a shit about your whole life. So you're cussing because... I don't know you. I don't know you. Do you know what's going on in Israel right now? Yeah, they're getting your mother.
You know, I gotta say, Dr. Amos, you could consider this groundbreaking therapy. This is like a therapeutic approach to a technological innovation which has never occurred in human history. So coexistence could possibly work with this new technological innovation called the internet, but unfortunately, you have a bunch of immature, irascible, low IQ dingbats who refuse to educate or edumacate themselves on anything.
What is immature?
Immature. I know this is an ESL room for non-native English speakers, so let me say it clearly for you, Dr. Ludwig. Immature. Immaturity, Habibi.
No, Palestinian for the you want to be a violent prince, want a violent prince will get the violent, you know?
Prince is a teddy bear. Why so much focus on Prince?
Oh yeah, he's a teddy bear. He makes terroristic threats on here hour after hour. You know, takes a PTR with his M16 in a rifle range. Trust me, fuck around and you find out. Live by the sword, you will die by the sword. That's the way life works. If you can't coexist, you'll have to be terminated.
Just the night. Just the night. They called my friend Jamal.
Oh, hi, Dr. Sasha. Welcome to Wisdom Now. We have a powerful Yoda force in the basement here.
Just to prove you that the only leftists,
Ooh, we have another Kabbalist, Dr. Robert. The power of the force is growing.
What did Prince do? What did Prince did? He killed a Palestinian. It doesn't matter if he do it by Zen.
I like Amos. He's got a good sense of humor.
He succeeded. I didn't sleep at night because of
There's no word called Palestine. Just a terrorist state. A terrorist people.
Exactly. Against Palestinian from his own people. That's what Prince did. Somebody don't understand why I'm so angry tonight.
Amos, it's even worse than this because Prince knows that Hamas is a brutal organization that will suppress free
My phone may have crashed.
speech. His own people, and that is like the insane thing.
But you know what is the little light in the end of this darkness? The little light that right now I see in the news, Channel 12, that the Palestinians go out and demonstrate against the Hamas. I've never saw it before. Never.
Yeah, hundreds of people, but you know that later on tonight they will Hamas and they will shoot. No, not murder. They usually shoot them in the knee. They shoot them in the knee. This way many Palestinians in Gaza. Why are you guys talking all the time? Like, are you having another conversation?
Nobody speak gay Lebanese person. Go. I think. Speak Daniel. Go ahead.
It's Daniela.
Daniela. Allah, it sounds so gay, bro.
What you're doing for yourself, you fucking Palestinian. You attack 7th of October, the Kibbutzim, the leftists, the people who took you to hospital.
We took grandmothers and
what did you do? You make all hating you. All hating you. That's what Prince
did you see your grandmother in that picture?
Prince was the one that I give him and give him the stage to speak in my room.
He's in the audience.
Even as much as I disagree with him. But what he say?
He swiped
What he say?
He's in the audience.
That's what Prince told me.
He is in the audience. He is in the audience.
Murderer, I give you a murderer. You want me violence? I give you violence.
Can you put
Please don't scroll. I'm just trying.
Bring him back up, please. تقولوش انجليزي كتير عشان تحمر.
You see how respectful, pleasant Ludwig is when he wants to bring another terrorist up on stage?
Yes. There are enough terrorists to sit on the stage without Prince. It's okay. They don't need another one.
You like terror?
You want terror? You want terror?
You want terror?
Which terror you like more? Which terror you like more? Arabim or Yehudim?
You been channeled.
Which terror you love more? Arabim or Yehudim?
It's a wall.
I will give you terror like never before.
You bring back Prince on stage, you will be We need Prince back on stage.
The stage. Too much terror.
Breaking news. I'm watching the IDF do a full incursion into Rafah, and the first 500,000 have been put in chains and are being marched to the Egyptian gates for processing in the new resettlement camp outside of Cairo. This is history in the making as we watch the Palestinian government be deconstructed and obliterated and cast into the universe as if it never existed. Farewell, Hamas. Goodbye. Have a good life. Take care in the resettlement camps. I hope the re-education sits well with your stomach.
Good morning, Zara Sabo.
This is like my favorite troll, is to like piss these people off with like the most ridiculous shit. It's just like, it's so funny. No, Prince is in the audience. He's not speaking.
Bring him to the fucking
Wisdom Now Podcast 2025.
The world premiere.
Have you ever like spent money on ads to like get you like more well-known?
No.
This is the only reason I opened this loop to
If I had money to do that, I certainly would. I'd blow up my YouTube account.
But is there a way to use automation? Have you looked into like using bots at all?
No. I could buy Google ads. And then, get the account up to like 10,000 subscribers and then pipe in Clownhouse into all those new people. But you would see the subscriber count like vanish. Like hundreds of people would mass unsubscribe if they come across Clownhouse. But that's a way to do it, is to like expose, these rooms on YouTube. I think it's a good idea, but I don't want to spend my own money to do it. I'd rather go and have a nice dinner tonight than buy ads.
But if you knew someone who's good at computers, they could make their own programs to like automate things too. Like
I
on
agree.
Poshmark, like people automated it so like people would be like they would be sharing stuff. I guess they would use Cobra or something to make these. But there's like automation for Instagram. So like if you have a software, it will like engage the people for you, so you don't have to. It'll just like a million people's posts. So then they'll be like, oh, who liked my post, and then they'll check you out.
Yeah, that would be one way to do it. But that's the thing is, if I were to invest in paying some Indians to do that, it would cost me, probably a couple $1,000s. I had a project once where like we figured out how to mass upload to YouTube. Just like remove 1 second from the video to make it unique again. And we were just keyword stuffing YouTube. But now the detection for that type of stuff is even better than before. So it's very hard to automate spam now. There's so many spam filters and detection methods to prevent people from manipulating platforms with spam. But great fortunes have been made. I know people personally that are worth, millions upon millions who automated spam. And because basically you're sending, you're sending hundreds of millions of impressions. You're getting hundreds of millions of impressions for free. You're not paying for it. So there's no arbitrage. There's no, cost per click. You're just getting free clicks. So every click generates revenue or, whatever it is. That's the world we live in. Automation. Spam.
Yeah, but
Spam.
You know who loves spam? Hawaiians. They really love spam over there.
Yes. Spam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around. I think my own grandmother is hot, so I'm gonna go around
I kind of respect that projection. This projection of the highest level.
It's because Sam has a photo of his grandmother on his PTR.
Oh my gosh, I sent a couple people on here a picture of my grandma in like a bathing suit because she's so gorgeous, and they didn't like it.
Yeah, I have a photo of my grandmother. She was really good looking when she was young. She actually, to me, she looks Sephardic, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know. She's Eastern European, but some Eastern Europeans like look Sephardic or like black hair,
My hair's kind of black, and I'm 98% Ashkenazi, but my grandmother had green eyes, and she's very tan.
This is not your fucking room. I will speak. Move with Ladies. If you move with us, your move is gay.
Habibi, he wants to speak about nothing.
No, I mute everybody and I ask people to mute themselves because I want the microphone. I explain what me, as somebody who is more leftist, more looking for speaking with Palestinians, more what you make me a terrorist against, cooperate with all the Zionists against.
He's a Zionist now. Everybody on this app has ruined his goodwill. He has no more goodwill.
The terrorists. And I'm so angry on Prince. And before, I could cooperate with Prince about a lot of things. Even as much as I don't agree with them, at least we could sit in the same room and speak. What did he do with this confidence I give him? He came to my room, record, my only friend in Gaza. I have one friend in Gaza who come here sometimes. They don't have electricity. They don't have internet. They don't have food, water. They're starving. And
Why are you laughing?
Shut your mouth when Amos is talking. And he come in and speak to me freely about his suffering. What do Prince? Record him, and he said, I will send the record to the Hamas.
Damn. Holy shit.
Amos is so mad, so angry.
Wow.
So when Amos is angry, I also can be violent, People bring Prince. Why should I
Prince is a real terrorist.
He will sit there and even I give him the opportunity to speak. And the mute him wanted to release the mute.
What was that? Hello?
Yo.
Hey, what's going on?
So I sent you a funny video of I found the gamer tag of the leading government candidate. He's a big Halo player. The gamer tag is ready to die.
Wow.
No, our top it's like like brutal killer. It's fucking hysterical. But he just put out a video on Facebook of him doing nunchucks. It's really funny. I think a lot of these people are on drugs.
I do think a lot of people are smoking weed, to tell you the truth. And
At the
yeah.
minimum.
Yeah, at a minimum, because there's all these people who do pills and all kinds of other shit.
I think a lot of it's illegal. Like you can get his Xanax prescription or antidepressants. But also like he's the sheriff, and so like there actually might be a real. There's what if he's actually cool with, like I've heard a lot of things about police officers using coke.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'm always
That's his
amazed.
job.
People use coke, and I'm like, really? I'm like, why? Like, what do you like? What's going on? Like, why do you?
It's demonic. I've heard. Doesn't cocaine tell you to use more? Because I've never done cocaine. Praise the Lord. But like, I heard cocaine. Well, I've done Adderall, and was prescribed it for a very small time, and I heard that's similar. But I heard
Probably.
cocaine makes you want more cocaine and
Well,
more
yeah.
everything. More. So I think it's just kind of like a demonic influence.
It's dopamine. It's rat in the box, and
Yeah.
give me more coke, give me more dope. I mean, it's the same shit.
But like, he's in like a kid's room doing nunchucks in a UFC shirt, and he's like not even that good. And he posted a fake thing. He said that like someone dropped a bullet in his lawn, and he's like, I have no guns of that caliber, and it was a 9mm bullet. Like, what a joke.
Well, are you gonna report on this?
Yeah, I'm waiting. But I want to wait a few days for the FOIA because I'm like, I don't even think he called the cops. So I FOIA'd the sheriff and the town to see if there were any like police reports, incident reports, anything.
Wow.
About this terrorist threat. He's like, he goes, I'm not a. Did you read the article? Because I'm not a soft target. They're after me. He's got new running for office, and we talked. And the official story is his wife found a single bullet in the yard, but she touched it too much. And then he like brought it in the kitchen and took 3 like weird photos. And one of the photos like has it blurred out, like the caliber on it, so people have to do detective work. But the consensus is it's a 9mm Luger, and it was like a range bullet. And he goes, and he said in one comment, he goes, I've never lost a single ammunition in my 29 years of law enforcement. It's like, really? Like some shit could have just like popped out of your like truck, or you were getting drunk and playing Halo. And his score is very impressive. So I have. Do you do Xbox at all?
Excuse me?
Do you own a gaming system?
Yeah, I have PlayStation.
So I have an Xbox, and so I did buy the college football because it's the first time in a decade. And I I thought I did pretty good. I took my team and won a bunch of championships and like kicked ass. I played my brothers a few times. My score is 2,900, and I've had the account for a long time. So I just probably his score is 399,000.
Wow.
He was gaming all the time, and his top games were like he plays a bunch of boomer shit, but like also a bunch of Halo, like Rome. And there's a picture of like a devil in a goal.
Well, I'm gonna do the EIN thing shortly.
Oh my bad, yeah. But like, if you can do the EIN thing first, and then I would call the banks before you go.
Yeah.
To see which one's cool, and then because like as I said, the EIN thing, they're gonna just be very temporary, so you need to make sure to download when it spits it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because one time I didn't, it was such a bitch.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Not that much of a bitch, but like it could literally be a 5-minute meeting if we do it right.
Yeah.
And by the way, Shane Bouvet might want to run. He wants me to be his campaign manager in the hood, but I don't think that changed anything. I still think get on the ballot there. If they knew you were running for commissioner now, it'd be bad. They would like already start effing with you.
Well, I mean, it's all just fucking. It's just Instagram. I mean, look at the loser that you're talking about. You know, he's swinging nunchucks and talking about fucking, fake bullets on his lawn. Like he's creating
That's what I'm
fake
saying.
bullshit
Why
narratives.
Not, why not do Congress and then
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
I mean, because I was watching Primetime Stein 99 or whatever his name is. He's on Sky News doing like political commentary. He's like a sought after pundit because he's funny and he dresses in a suit and has a fireplace and a piano as his background. So like his shtick is professionalism, and then he throws you the curveball with like hilarious commentary.
And he was getting 200K because I used to talk to him more often. I haven't in a while, but he was getting like 200K a year from Blaze at the beginning, and probably making so much more off of comedy and speeches and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's killing it.
Yeah.
Steady income, living in Dallas, and you're right. He this is a whole lane where our competition is not that big. You actually could excel.
Yeah.
But I personally, I don't want to be like I do you. I support you. But I think you'd have to be more concentrated and less spammy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You have a real opportunity. And I'm not against that. Like you do you, but because you have such good, you have such good like you kind of get what would be like the top tier issues, like property tax. If you're running for commissioner, you know how to expose these rhinos.
Well, it's really
like,
you.
You can really play a bunch of shit.
See, you have them all mapped out. Like without you, I need your brain to basically.
I am. I'm your campaign manager.
Yeah, I need your brain.
I'm food and services.
You've got it all mapped out. Like you are technically the real candidate in the sense that like you have all the experiential wisdom and knowledge of these people to destroy these people, and they're worthy of destruction.
And I think I'm be better set if I was just in my corner and had 100 of you. No disrespect to you, and just kind of coaching everyone through it. So like it's not hard. We can get the EIN. You can go to the bank. It's not the end of the world. Like
No,
signatures,
I know.
like I really think every candidate should get. It's a good experience, but like I want to also find a way to help everyone with signatures.
Yeah, I agree. It's a fun game because it's like it's right there for anybody to take it. It's really a question of who is the best organizer,
We don't have the Democrats. Everyone's so weak on the Democrat side, and they're also just weak human beings.
Yeah.
That's why we see the most low quality people, even though they have the best plans. But if we can take their plans and then staff them with our people with Republican values, we'll kick ass. Because Republicans are in better shape, less mentally ill, smell better, talk better, sing better. It's everything better.
Well,
That's the only problem with Democrats right now is the actual people.
Well, see, I was thinking yesterday, I was like, God, there's got to be a time where I try to run as a Democrat and sneak in there and turn the whole thing upside down because the approval ratings are so low that if a strong Democrat candidate emerges, he or she will dominate the Democrat Party.
That just happened today. That's funny you mentioned that. In the 9th district, some TikTok woman, some young TikToker is moving from DC to run in the 9th district against Jan Schakowsky.
Wow.
She raised $100,000.
Wow.
Yesterday. Isn't that funny you mentioned that? So that's I think that's going to be the unfortunate problem is that I think a lot of people are going to start doing that. And the one problem for you is the only way you can do that is if you do it on a pro-Palestinian message. And you're not going to do that. That's the only way. That's the way.
Well, see, I would be willing to do a character and be performative about everything just to see how the results work out.
If you're pro-Israel, you can't.
See, the funniest
that's the issue.
The funniest thing is when they know that you're faking it, they create so much contrary propaganda against you that they become your own publicist. It's unbelievable. If they know you're faking it, like in the last election cycle, somebody was technically a Republican running as a Democrat, and they just roasted and spent so much money toasting this guy because he snuck his candidacy in there. So it's just a way to like keep fucking with it. I just wish you could live like 1,000 years to like.
You have to do a comedy character where it's like you can, but you have to go full Stein, which you totally can do.
Yeah.
And like are good at. And but like the congressman commissioner, I think you have to just play it straight.
It would be so funny.
You're really smart. Like you don't have to do the character shit. You can just like be straight, direct, and just like actually just run a normal campaign.
Well, look at Jesse Ventura. He is a total cock, a total fucking schmuck. And I've talked to him on Clown House multiple times, and he
got
won.
TDS.
Yeah, he's got terrible TDS, and he won that fucking governorship with action figures and putting together commercials with action figures talking to each other. Like, it was different, you know. It was creatively different, and he won as the total
I just
outsider.
mean you being straight, not that your campaign would be not unorthodox. That you definitely people want something. People get tired of the same shit.
Right.
And we literally, you check your email box. All the emails we get from politicians are the same shit, and the messages on both sides are the same bullshit.
Yeah.
The Republicans are the woke left, boo, 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 boo. And then on the left, the little rich billionaire Republicans want to take your Medicare away.
So this guy Chris,
We're going to save women.
This guy Chris right now is listening to this conversation. He lives outside of DC or somewhere, and I told him I told him that I want, you know, next year I'm gonna go to CPAC, and he's gonna come and be an investigative journalist at CPAC with us. But yeah, man, I wish I went to CPAC.
I went last time, Chris, and my advice to you is as I said on this phone call, and I mean it, I've never done cocaine. Is apparently there's a huge drug and alcohol culture in DC, and so if you really want to be an investigative journalist, you have to figure out. But if you do that, just try to do that with them. If you don't do that, find a way to be around. Because I went to the Bannon after party. I had to sneak in, and I went back in a regular hour. But I learned a lot in my small time there. And but if you really went full gonzo journalism, I feel like you would learn so much if you caught these people while they were drunk and coked up. That's what O'Keefe does.
Yeah.
O'Keefe pretends like he's dating people every time.
Yeah. He's genius. I mean, his.
He does, because then when you're on the date, you're like, yeah, I'm so important. Here's what's really going on.
O'Keefe has exposed some of the biggest, he really done that Project Veritas, especially with the Pfizer executive Tristan Davies or whatever his name was, and he was talking about
that was so funny.
Evolutionary, science and spiking evolution and just really crazy shit, and you're just like, holy shit.
Back to Acorn and the Planned Parenthood, he's got there are a lot of negatives to him, and I think he did get fired for legit reasons. He was just using all the money to fly out, and apparently was getting the legal drugs, and he clearly went crazy, and he's still doing good work. But drugs is getting a lot of people, and he's someone that he should have more awards for what he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Grindr stuff is groundbreaking.
He still breaks stuff.
Jesus, it's a miracle that Trump won. I mean, straight up hard.
Yeah.
I remember you told me once you were he made a deal, and I'm like, what? What do you still think you mean by that? He cut a deal.
And I had no inside information. I just felt that the only information I had, which is public information, was that a lot of the powers that be were starting to change their mind and throw their support behind him. Where we saw Bezos not endorsing, Zuckerberg kind of going on the apology tour, and also a lot of all the Peter Thiel people, including JD Vance, the PayPal mafia, defense contractor industry, and so I thought that Trump could have made a deal being okay, I want to there's so much to be done in America. Let me fix all this stuff, which will help you, because if there's ever there's a number that if America is any country's X% broke, there's a revolution and they start killing people.
Mm-hmm.
And so Trump's probably hey, you guys don't want to get your heads chopped off, because that's the way the direction this country's going. So I'll let you guys continue your grift in one area, maybe just war, but let me reform the permanent bureaucrat state.
Yeah.
And let me do this, or let me make sure we don't get another woke retarded Supreme Court justice. I'll bomb Yemen, I swear. And that's what's happening, right? Isn't he doing all the war shit still?
Yeah, I mean
Trump.
The thing is, they're coming out and saying Hegseth leaked the attack plans.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, meaning that the industrial complex hates Pete Hegseth, and not only that, but the CIA and all the left woke liberals absolutely hate Pete. So
yeah, because that's the one area that Trump's kind of they could still, the money train still goes.
Like Department of Education, they're like, we're gonna look for every penny. Military, they don't want us looking at the golden toilets and shit like that.
It's a lot of money. It's the NDAA.
You probably know about that, right? Have you experienced like just ridiculous expenses or like?
No, my experiences in the military were extremely cost efficient. Extremely cost efficient. And even too much cost efficiency. Like, they're not preparing soldiers for actual combat. They're giving them just a smell, not even a taste.
Then maybe it's just the contractors that they just want the wars because, like, what are you gonna do with your bombs if you're mo? And I just know from the sales perspective, if that's a $300 million bomb, like some sales guy like me or you, it's got to be getting commission.
Oh yeah.
3 million, 30 million.
It's just it's nice to make 1.2 million a year. It's nicer to make 4.8 million a year. I mean, it's just
also,
like
if you have 4.8 million a year, if that's the difference, 1.2 to 4.8, I can afford to spend $1 million a year trying to bribe politicians. Why not?
but you wouldn't be doing that. The corporation would be doing it. If you're a registered lobbyist on K Street, yeah.
My great uncle's a Lockheed Martin lobbyist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of woke me up. That it's
Do you
like about money.
Do you remember that PDF I sent you of like all the registered lobbyists in Illinois or whatever? Like, yeah, that type of data extraction and putting that in an Excel sheet. That's an interesting list of people to call.
Well, it's also maybe part of Illinois Record. I want to redesign it as a website one day, and then have random database things. A lot of the news websites do that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. So that's long-term vision. But like short-term is Mendrix, and then Tommy joined the CCP. But like I really want to get going with the candidates. That'd be really cool if you did that today. Because I already have and Shane Bouvet is kind of a big deal. He's speaking at. He's not perfect, but he's speaking at McHenry Gay Lincoln Day dinner.
Mm.
He's the one that like an early Trump supporter and like wrote a book about it, and Trump like saved his dad, paid medical bills.
Oh wow.
And so like it'd be hard for the hood to not say that he's anti-Trump. It's impossible for him to say that Shane's anti-Trump.
That's out in McHenry?
He's in Southern Illinois, but he's the featured speaker in McHenry.
Oh.
So he's kind of he's like a mini social media celebrity.
Are you gonna go to that?
No.
Oh.
Fuck McHenry GOP. They're crooked, but they're a little bit better.
Degrees of crookedness.
There are. I'm getting in a Facebook fight right now on Arlington Heights Facebook group. And in text message is because Kathy Penner of Wheeling Township is running for supervisor, where she gets $38,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying vote for the Democrat.
Wow.
And they're like, taxes will go up. I'm like, how does supervisor has no say on taxes? What are you talking about? Then they're like, old people won't get food. Like the supervisor of the township is responsible for giving meals to old people. I'm like, and the Democrat won't do that? Like, why are we rewarding these, like, because she's the head of the Wheeling Township GOP, and I wrote an article on this, I'm not sure if you've read it, where she's the one that tried to pressure a candidate into not running, because the Democrats said, hey, if Michelle runs, we'll run against you. And that's what happened. Because usually she runs unopposed. That's the easiest corruption test, is if someone runs unopposed.
Yeah. There's this fruitcake in Skokie running for like treasurer, and I keep seeing his ads.
Signs everywhere.
Jesus Christ, why is everybody backing this trans? It's like I keep commenting like vote no. They delete all the comments. It's amazing.
Well, I'm not sure. Skokie was a very controversial election when I was running, because they were going for ranked choice voting versus non-ranked choice voting. And there's basically, you have to understand, with the Democrats, there's the dinos and the socialists. There's a lot of dinos that are just like people that are just corrupt pieces of shit. That they're in whatever union, and they have to vote Democrat. But they kind of secretly hate black people and hate trans people and all that. Support Israel. And then the socialists are more, who I almost respect. I don't know which side I respect more, but the socialists are just very open about their beliefs, and they mean well, but often are sponsored by foreign countries or bad actors. But a lot of times they mean well and are radicalized by cable news and stuff like that. But that's why I mean that, like, I think Israel and Palestine is the big wedge issue right now. the Dinos support Israel, the like socialists support Palestine, and there's like a lot more socialists in a Democrat primary. Maybe not in the entire party, but in a primary, it's the most hardcore people and they're the most organized.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let me get started, and I'll give you an update by the end of the day.
Let's do it because it'll be on the if we just like got it in because we just need to have it confirm you have a bank account, and then the form to actually file is a 1-minute form, and it'll be a news thing.
Okay, cool.
Like random people will contact you.
Okay, sounds good.
Hysterical.
I'll talk to you in a couple hours.
All right, bye.
Okay, talk to you soon, babe. I don't know, the coexistence room. Oh, it's still going.
It's none of your business, you dirty fucking Jew.
Did you hear that? You dirty effing J word? Prince, you are a vulgar creature.
I brought Jamal. Wait, let me. I brought Jamal to my room. It is right now when I'm the owner of the room. He's my guest.
Well, if Jamal got balls, I dare you to bring him again. I dare you.
What do you mean I dare you? I don't understand.
I dare you to bring him again. If he got
He
balls,
double dog dares you. He triple dog dares you. He quadruple dog dares you.
You have had balls and you're here. I will not let him to speak anymore. I tell him.
Because you swallowed my balls, Danny boy.
Remember, you're disgusting. Why to risk his life?
Thank you. I know.
He's not just disgusting, he's trash. He's garbage. He's a low IQ moron.
Absolutely disgusting the way you talk. When a bunch of dirty kike, listen to disgusting, only this it's a badge of honor. There it is. Yeah, Harry, I only let Jewish men swallow my balls. You want to be a second after Daniel? Harry, look at this behavior. Harry Balzac, buddy.
He's actually projecting.
Just let him talk. Let him talk.
Prince, I mean, a couple of years ago, you were talking about how your uncle raped you in the living room.
Harry, you're still stuck in high school.
They told me about the recorder. You don't speak about nothing else. You understand what? In my room, you don't speak about you don't curse Jewish, you don't do anything. If you want, you only responsible about the record. That's all.
I only do what?
Can you imagine Amos Prince trying to kill a fellow Palestinian? It's unbelievable.
It's like you make a joke when you say shaming. Shaming, in Palestinians understand the word shaming.
None of your business, you dirty fucking Jew. This is an internal Palestinian
conversation. It's my business what you do in my room.
Why is it your business?
It's my business what you do in my room.
What do you mean?
It's my business what you do in my room. It's my business. What you do in my room is my business. I'm the owner. I'm responsible for my room. And you will not be a murderer in my room. You understand? At least you can come and, think about conversation, about that maybe something is wrong with what you did. No. You keep on with the same line.
But Amos.
You don't deserve to live. I hope you die tonight.
Amos, what you expose is a prime example and how they endanger their own people and how they murder their own people.
No.
Yeah. You're a fucking...
BB. Let's have a conversation.
Guy's like, I know about the whole conversation.
Okay, Daniel, stop muting me. Let me talk.
And then you
to BB.
constantly, whenever you have to talk with the comeback, you go to homosexual fucking activity, which leads me to believe
He projects.
you're in the closet and you're afraid.
It's insecurity, and he projects. It's pure projection.
Okay, 100%. My turn. BB,